Welcome. Today's lesson is about using trig functions to solve angle measure problems. The steps are exactly like they were on the last lesson for finding the side length measures. First, make certain that under mode on the calculator that degrees is selected, not radians. Press enter. Then place your finger on the given angle and ask yourself the question, is the hypotenuse involved? If yes, then it's either going to be sine or cosine. It's going to be the inverse sine, which is still opposite over hypotenuse, or the cosine inverse, which is adjacent over hypotenuse if the adjacent side is known. If the answer is no, the hypotenuse is not involved, then we will use tangent inverse, which is opposite over adjacent. The difference is we are using a second function for the inverse. First example is sine. Remember, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. You ask yourself, put your finger on the angle, is the hypotenuse involved? Here's the hypotenuse, it's involved. So it's either sine or cosine. So, is this the opposite or the adjacent? This is opposite, so it is sine. And it's going to be the inverse sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so it's 51 over 55, and that's equal to the measure of angle x. Now to enter this into the calculator, this is a second function. So you hit the second key, then you find sine, press sine, and it'll toss this up on the screen. Then enter 51 divided by 55, close the parenthesis, press enter. When you get enter, you'll round this to the nearest degree, which is 68 degrees. Remember, if you're looking for lengths, you use the regular trig functions. If you're looking for angles, you use the inverse functions. Example number 2. Put your finger on the angle that you're given. Is the hypotenuse involved? Yes, it is. So it's either sine or cosine. This side is adjacent, so it is cosine, and it's the inverse cosine of the adjacent over the hypotenuse, 34 over 55. So second function, cosine, 34 over 55. Press enter, and we find out that the measure of angle y is 52 degrees. The third example is for tangent. Tangent is the opposite side over the adjacent side. The hypotenuse is not involved. So the process, finger on the angle. Is the hypotenuse involved? No. So it's tangent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, and I need the inverse function because we're looking for the angle. So the inverse tangent is equal to the opposite side, that's the 8, over the adjacent side, 20. We enter that into the calculator, press enter, and we find out that the measure of angle Z is 22 degrees. Remember, if you're looking for lengths, you use the regular trig functions. If you're looking for angle measures, you use the inverse trig functions. Please go to Edmodo, find lesson 3.52, and complete the check for understanding.